Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Bitcoin above 45k, so it might take the direct route higher. Let's first of all talk about what is the bigger picture, what's the larger time frame assumption. So the assumption is that we will get another rally to 50,000 plus. Always good to start with our higher level assumption first. Now we talk about the micro. The idea is that we started on the 11th of September down here with a 1-2 setup, topped in a wave 3. Wave 4 might still be unfolding, even though, of course, with the break to the upside, we have to consider the direct continuation scenario. So it could be the wave 4 is already in, but we'll see if those 5 waves fill in that I want to see then in this scenario. But we'll talk about that in a minute. So yeah, basically wave 4 could still be unfolding, could be done. We'll see. But the most important aspect is that as long as we're not breaking below our yellow support zone, one more high is expected to 50k plus. Okay, very important message. So we are still in a bullish market. So what happened today? Obviously, quite an impulsive move to the upside. So what does that mean? That means the direct downside scenario, where we explored the C wave might already be unfolding. That idea didn't materialize. Also, this did not complete a triangle. Oops. So we didn't have a sideways triangle completed, even though it looks a bit like a triangle, but it's not an Elliott Wave triangle. So that means the only way really how Bitcoin could now already be on the way to 50k plus would be that the wave 4 already finished here. Okay, so that's an option. That was on the 11th of December. Yeah, but then I highlighted it in white. It would need to fill in now all 5 waves here. Yeah, so wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5. That's sort of the assumption that I have at the moment. That's the best, or basically my idea for a breakout scenario. We talked about that anyway, but I've added it back in now, so I didn't have it on the chart anymore, but I added it back in with a break now because there are literally now 2 scenarios. So one is that this is just a high B wave, still a consideration, but obviously with a break today, we have to take that white scenario very seriously. I'm fairly neutral about it now. With that break today, I mean, it could be a high B wave. We cannot rule it out. How would that play out? Well, it would simply be a wave down in 3 waves. Then here, A, B, C to the upside, and then we can still come down. Please be aware of that. That is a risk that's still there. Okay, and the support level, the support level remains the same in this scenario, which means there is significant drawdown risk in this scenario. At the same time, we have to explore if the bulls can hold wave 4 support. So let me explain that again. I know a lot of you, aren't, listening to or watching Elliott Wave every day. So what are the scenarios? Basically, there is a risk in simple terms of a fake out. Okay, in common terms, you could say it's a fake out. That risk is there. Basically, stop hunting for short sellers, and basically, I don't know, maybe a bit of buying maybe a bit of ETF hype. I don't know if any news came out today or anything. What we can certainly say is that the new year starts interesting. But in a fake out scenario, from an Elliott Wave point of view, that risk exists. It would be an A wave down, a high B wave, and a C wave down. Now, from a resistance point of view, Fibonacci retracements, how high would we normally, let's say, allow an overshooting B wave to go? Typically, it shouldn't really go above 46,630, okay? But really, as long as it's only a 3-wave move, and it is one at the moment, that risk exists, even if it goes a little above that level. So that's basically a fake out risk, okay? Bitcoin would then, however, at some point, in the near future, maybe today, tomorrow, we'll see break down and start an impulse to the downside in a wave C. This is not unusual behavior for a wave 4. An A wave down, an overshooting B wave, and a C wave down. In the bullish or directly bullish scenario, this is a diagonal pattern. Wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, 4, 5. Now this would have to be wave 3. Next fib extension for wave 3, ideal target 45,880, above that 46,480, and possibly even 47,255 for the third wave, even though that would be quite extended. It needs to hold a wave 4 support. So what's wave 4 support? We can add that to the chart as well. I'm just wondering if it makes sense to add, I don't know if that works as upper trend line, or if the price is already above that. Okay, that might be a thing. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, if the market reacts to it, maybe not. Maybe it does. Maybe not. But the fibs are there. So what I want to emphasize is what would be support. The support is measured basically from the start of wave 3 to the top. So that's moving support. It will move with the price. If the price pushes a little higher and it doesn't really seem finished yet, then we will have to adjust that. But from what I can see right now, the support in wave 4, you have to allow for the golden ratio, okay, and then it could still move in the channel. But either way, you know, support for a wave 4 is basically here 42,241. So basically we have the main support area for wave 4. This is still relevant. Or there is micro support, nearest support is now at 42,241. But again, that will have to move up with the price if the price pushes any higher, okay? So it could be, in summary, it could just be a fake out. However, at the moment, obviously the short-term trend is up. Micro support is 42,241. As long as that's the case, we can watch for a fifth wave to the upside. Below that level, we have to assume that it's the C wave down. I think these are the two scenarios you should know about. And yeah, let's see how high the third wave goes. I mean, the levels were mentioned. Let's see if we get a reaction somewhere. Yeah, but ultimately the target for this fifth wave that could already be unfolding is sort of 50k plus next. So 50k is the next major Fibonacci level. Maybe looking back on the daily chart in case you know, new viewers have joined and aren't so much aware of our bullish outlook for Bitcoin. Basically, we are looking here at a scenario in which we're either on a very direct route to 125k roughly. That's the white scenario, very bullish scenario, without deep pullbacks along the way. We would need basically one more high for that, and we have 50k as next major fib. Above that level, we've got 58k. And it could also be that we're filling in the yellow count. And in the yellow count, this is basically an A wave. Okay, it's a corrective rally, which would then see, which would then see a deeper B wave pullback. Now that deeper B wave pullback would likely be corrective and set us up for another rally, but it would allow for a deeper pullback before we go to all-time highs. So that is a scenario that might fit the theory of buy the rumors, ETF, sell the news. Yeah, the only question is how deep is this? What kind of sell the news event is it? You know, we don't know. Is it just a shallow pullback in a wave 4, or is it going to be that deeper B wave pullback? Both scenarios possible. There will be a support level along the way. Once it is clear that we're already here doing that last wave up, then we will add a support area for white wave 4. If that gets broken, it's clear we are in wave B. But overall, both are still bullish scenarios, and the market essentially is just following here our scenario at the moment on the daily time frame. In both scenarios, remember, we were watching for another high to 50k. What didn't materialize was a little bit of a deeper pullback. Would have liked to see the price come down a little more, but we'll see. Maybe it's just a fake out. That can always happen, especially if the ideal fibs weren't even triggered. Really, in most cases, they are triggered, you know that. But, well, if not, then it just makes you skeptical and wondering if something else is going on, like a high B wave. Yeah, that's my update about Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.